David Beckham. Where'd you start?
Actually, with David Beckham. Just because one of the best crosses ball I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And for a striker,
Very quick, and look at the ball that he sends through one-on-one. That is a fantastic ball from Beckham.
What about his skill set that was so particular, do you think? Where do you want to start? He could get an assist, he could get you a goal, he was brilliant in set pieces, he could run all day for you, get up and down that line. Well, he had to with Nev behind him. So he'd everything you want in a wide player.
It was a weird experience for us local lads to see, you know, Cockney lad knowing more about United than we did. A bit embarrassing.
It was brilliant, honestly, playing with Beckham. And then he just used to caress the ball like in training.
This is Beckham. Oh, come on. Beautifully flighted ball, if I mean.
Well, it was the first of his kind. Everybody played 4-4-2 at the time. He redefined that position. It was interesting when you used to watch him in training, you know, how accurate he was time and time again. Probably 8 out of 10 free kicks would go, you know, virtually in the top corner.
Beckham's free kick, number 3.
Say the name David Beckham and what comes to mind? A global icon, a fashion trendsetter, a celebrity who became bigger than the sport he played. Everyone knows the brand. But what about the player? For years, a debate has raged in football. Was he a truly elite midfielder or just a glorified set-piece specialist who was massively overrated? Well, the numbers tell a fascinating story. And when you look past the magazine covers and dig into the stats, the 19 major trophies, the league titles in 4 different countries, and the data that shows he was one of the hardest working players on the pitch, a different picture emerges. This is the story of how one of the most famous athletes in history somehow became one of football's most underrated players. David Beckham's story starts where he always wanted it to, at Manchester United, the club he supported his whole life. He was a shining star in the legendary Class of '92, a crop of homegrown talents who would become the heart and soul of one of the most dominant teams in English football history. After signing as a trainee in 1991 and making his first team debut in 1992 at just 17, he didn't take long to make his mark. But the moment he truly announced himself to the world came on the opening day of the 1996-97 Premier League season. You know the one. Spotting Wimbledon's keeper Neil Sullivan off his line, Beckham, still inside his own half, let fly from 57 yards out. The ball hung in the London air forever before dropping perfectly into the net. It was audacious, it was brilliant, and it was a statement. This wasn't just a good prospect, this was a superstar in the making. That season, he helped United clinch another Premier League title, was voted PFA Young Player of the Year, and was handed the iconic number 7 shirt, a jersey worn by United legends like George Best and Eric Cantona. He would make it his own. If you want to see Beckham at his absolute untouchable peak, you have to look at the 1998-99 season. This was the year Manchester United did the impossible, winning the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the UEFA Champions League. An unprecedented treble, and Beckham was at the center of it all. After being vilified by the entire country for his red card in the 1998 World Cup, he faced a storm of hostility from opposition fans everywhere he went. But as his teammate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer later said, the more he was targeted, the better he played. He answered the boos with breathtaking football. He was simply unplayable that season, delivering an incredible number of assists and scoring vital goals. On the final day of the Premier League season, United had to beat Tottenham to win the title. They went a goal down. It was Beckham who dragged them back into it with a stunning curling shot to equalise, setting them on the way to a 2-1 victory. His most heroic moment, though, came in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. With United's midfield missing the suspended Roy Keane and Paul Scholes, Beckham was moved into the centre and tasked with running the engine room. Trailing 1-0 in injury time, it was all but over. But then came 2 moments of pure Beckham magic. In just over a minute, 2 perfectly delivered corners led to 2 goals. Manchester United were champions of Europe in the most dramatic comeback imaginable. Beckham had delivered under the heaviest pressure on the biggest stage. His performance that year saw him finish as the runner-up for both the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year. You can't talk about Beckham without talking about his wild rollercoaster career for England. It's a story of villainy, redemption, and incredible individual heroism. At the 1998 World Cup, he went from hero to public enemy number 1. After scoring a brilliant free kick against Colombia,
He was sent off in the next round against Argentina for a petulant kick at Diego Simeone. England lost on penalties and the nation decided it was all Beckham's fault. He was subjected to death threats and relentless abuse at every stadium in the country. For 3 years, he endured it. Then came October 6, 2001, Old Trafford, England versus Greece. England needed at least a draw to automatically qualify for the 2002 World Cup. With just minutes left, they were losing 2-1. The country held its breath. In the 93rd minute, England won a free kick 30 yards out. This was Beckham's moment. He had run himself into the ground that game. Reports from the time noted he covered a staggering 16 kilometers, a testament to his phenomenal work rate. With the weight of a nation on his shoulders, he stepped up. He struck the ball with that trademark precision, curling it over the wall and into the top corner. Pandemonium. England were going to the World Cup, single-handedly dragged there by the man they once despised. It's still one of the most iconic goals in English football history, the perfect redemption story.
In 2003, Beckham made a move that sent shockwaves through football, leaving Manchester United for Real Madrid's Galacticos. He was joining a lineup of superstars: Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, Luis Figo, and Raul. The critics were sharpening their knives, dismissing it as a marketing stunt where brand Beckham had officially swallowed the footballer. They said he was past his best. They were wrong. Adapting to a new country and a new role, Beckham proved his class all over again. In a midfield packed with attacking geniuses, he reinvented himself. He took on a more disciplined, central position, showing off not just his incredible passing range, but his relentless work rate. His legendary teammates were in awe. The great Zinedine Zidane himself, after a match between their clubs, simply walked up to Beckham and asked, "You come to Madrid?" While the Galactico era didn't bring the cascade of trophies everyone expected, Beckham's professionalism was undeniable. He played 159 times for the club, scoring 20 goals. His time in Madrid ended with a dramatic La Liga title win in his final season, 2006-07, a victory his contributions were vital to securing. Far from a commercial gimmick, his time in Spain proved he was a world-class player who could shine alongside the best of the best. Section 5. The American Revolution and the European Farewell. When David Beckham announced he was leaving Real Madrid for the LA Galaxy in 2007, most people saw it as a pre-retirement tour. It turned out to be one of the most important transfers in football history. Beckham didn't just go to play in Major League Soccer, he went to build it. Before he showed up, the league was struggling for mainstream attention. The season before he joined, the average attendance was just over 15,000. His impact was seismic. His arrival triggered a massive surge in attendance. Some studies noted a 20% increase during his time there, and ticket sales. TV rights deals soared, and the Beckham rule, now known as the designated player rule, was created, allowing teams to sign other global stars. He made the MLS a legitimate destination, and on the pitch, after a rocky start with injuries, he led the LA Galaxy to back-to-back MLS Cup championships in 2011 and 2012. But he still wasn't done. During the MLS off-seasons, he had successful loan spells back in Europe with AC Milan, proving he could still hang in Serie A. Then, in the final classy chapter, he joined Paris Saint-Germain in 2013 for a short stint, donating his entire salary to a children's charity. He helped them win the League One title and retired a champion. This made him the first English player to win league titles in 4 different countries: England, Spain, the United States, and France. It was the ultimate testament to his longevity, adaptability, and unwavering professionalism. So, after all the talk, what do the numbers say? They paint a picture of a player who wasn't just good, but truly elite. In a 20-year career, David Beckham won 19 major trophies. That includes 6 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League, 1 La Liga, 2 MLS Cups, and 1 League One title. He earned 115 caps for England, the 3rd most for an outfield player, and scored 17 goals. At Manchester United, he scored 85 goals in total and still holds the Premier League record for most goals from direct free kicks with 18. But the most overlooked part of his game was always his work rate. His celebrity image created this myth of a player who stood on the wing waiting for a free kick. The reality was the exact opposite. He was an absolute engine. In that famous game against Greece, he reportedly ran 16.1 kilometers. To put that in perspective, his average distance per Premier League game was said to be around 14 kilometers.
a figure that would rival even the most athletic midfielders today. He routinely outran almost everyone on the pitch. If that stat just changed how you see David Beckham, do me a favor and hit that like button. Turns out the pretty boy was also one of the hardest runners in the game. So, how good was David Beckham? He was so much more than a brand. He was one of the most complete midfielders of his generation, who possessed a technical mastery of crossing and passing that might be unmatched. He was a champion who won 19 trophies across 4 countries. He was a leader who dragged his club and country to victory with sheer force of will. The brand became so huge, the fame so all-consuming, that it overshadowed the player. We let the celebrity distract us from the simple facts. David Beckham wasn't overrated. He is, without a doubt, one of the most criminally underrated footballers of the modern era. What's your defining Beckham moment? The free kick against Greece? That halfway line goal? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into football's greatest players, make sure you subscribe.